Well, good morning. It's June 1st, 2026, day 5 of no kratom. I have a lot more mental energy and alertness today, this morning at least. That could change throughout the day. It probably will. I usually crash in the afternoons. Either way, on kratom, off kratom, I always crash in the afternoons for some reason. But a lot less fogginess in my head. So that's good. A lot more mentally alert, more things are lifting, you know what I mean? That kind of kratom haze that you get into if you take kratom every day, that is lifted from my mind. Like, I'm much more clear. I notice, it's weird, and I don't know if this is just like a placebo thing, but you start to notice like sights and smells that they feel like you didn't notice before. I don't know if I actually never did, but it feels like I didn't notice certain things before. Just, I don't know. I just don't feel numb in the head, and that's a good feeling. I'll get used to that feeling pretty quick, and then the cravings will come. But so far, I haven't had any cravings for kratom, and that's pretty typical in the first week for me. I don't usually have any cravings in that first week, other than the first day. Usually, the first day I'll have cravings because I'm you know, it's funny how kratom works. I don't know if it's an alkaloid in the kratom plant or what, but kratom is very psychological in that sorry, I gotta clean my dashboard. It's very psychological in that, like, it makes you crave the drug, and I've just noticed that's why it was so hard for me to take just one time, is because the next day I'll be really craving it. But if you can go a couple days without it, that craving seems to really subside. But yeah, no cravings at all for kratom. In fact, it doesn't sound good. Like, it doesn't sound pleasant right now to me. So mentally, I'm doing really good. I didn't really get any bad mental stuff in the last 5 days. I didn't get any severe anxiety or depression like I normally do. I haven't gotten severe anhedonia yet. I do have a little bit of it. I have been irritable though. Like, I've been gotten angry at little things. Like, I was playing Call of Duty yesterday and got mad because I couldn't beat the level. That doesn't normally happen. Actually, on kratom, I would get irritable too. But so, and I noticed that happens, irritability. It'll probably come back. But I also noticed that once I quit for enough days, and like I'm enough days clean, that irritability actually goes away, and I'm much more like calm. Like, every day I'm just calmer. Like, things don't bother me like they did on kratom, and that's nice. Because kratom, like, you just blow up at little things. I don't know why, but I always just got angry at stuff, like stuff someone would say, and it's like, dude, why are you mad at that? Like, who cares what that person thinks, And then when I'm off kratom, like, I don't even like think twice about it. I'm just like, okay, that guy's having a bad day, whatever. It's not a reflection on me, But anyways, physically, I'm still very tired, very lethargic. I still have my back hurts. I don't feel like moving around much. And the last 4 days, I guess, I haven't moved much other than the first day when I walked a lot. And that's not great. It's not a good thing, but it's also like an indication that I was able to get rest. And I slept like a baby every single night throughout this withdrawal. Obviously, the gabapentin helped with that. But the gabapentin's not needed anymore, I don't think. And we'll see how tonight goes again. But again, it's a tool that you use sparingly. You don't want to get hooked on it. So anything else I want to go over? Back to work today. This week is going to be a challenge because I know I'm going to start dealing with this wave crap, where it's just a fight for energy, especially in the afternoons. But sorry about that. Sorry, I got a phone call. But yeah, it's going to be a fight for energy in the afternoons for the next several weeks. Hopefully not more than a month or two, but I need to start going to the gym. I have had no energy the last 4 days to do that. Well, day 1 I had energy, but days 2, 3, and 4, I was really tired physically. We'll see how tonight goes this evening. I won't be able to go to the gym the next 3 nights because my wife works nights, and she's on shift. And so I am home with the kids, but I want to start going to the gym 3 days a week. Just getting back into it. The gym is right next to my house. I mean, you could walk to it. It'd be a little bit of a walk, but you could walk to it. It's probably about a mile. Well, no, it's probably 1.8 miles or so. I don't know, it's very exact, but let's say it's about 1.8 miles. Anyways, that's really not even relevant to anything. I don't know why I said that, but it doesn't take much effort for me to go to the gym. Like, you know, I can be there in 2 seconds, and it's a 24-hour gym, so that's nice. It's just packed though, which sucks. But anyways, I'm gonna start doing that. Start exercising. I'm gonna have to start doing cardio in the evenings, or else I will sink into depression. If I don't do exercises in the evenings when the wave crap is going on, when you're in the low, because the low isn't just energy, it's also like depression, right? Mentally, like you're like, how you have anhedonia, you don't feel like doing crap. So if you go run and you get a bunch of endorphins, that you actually kind of come out, you shake it off, you kind of come out of it. And I remember last time that's what I had to do. I had to just start running, and then eventually you start to build the habit of going to the gym, and then you start to like it again. The first few weeks kind of sucked though, I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't worked out in like 4 or 5 months. I don't work out on kratom. I mean, it kills your testosterone as a man, right? So you have no motivation or really energy in the gym, and it's just like, why am I here? You know, I hear some people use kratom for the gym, and maybe if you use it sparingly, it doesn't affect you like that. But if you use it every day, bro, it jacks your testosterone down, your libido goes down, everything. You don't want to be on this stuff long term. So I don't recommend taking it to anybody. Unless you use it for a brief amount of time to get off something harder, then it can be useful. But most of the time, people who do that end up getting hooked on it, you know, and that's not good. You don't want to trade one addiction for another. But I'll get back on this afternoon and let you know if anything's changed. I'll probably be tired, depressed, and lonely. No, I got a lot of driving to do today for work, so it's gonna be a challenge, but we'll get it done. I love you guys. God bless. See you. Alrighty, it's later in the day on day 5 of no kratom. I'm just heading home. Got a 2.5 hour drive. Had a 2.5 hour drive this morning. It's about 5 hours of driving today. It's pretty typical for me, and it's the same route every time. So I am definitely dealing with boredom. Obviously, this is boring, right? You know, there's nothing to look at on this drive either. It's just dairy farms for a little bit of it, and then most of it is just desert land. So there's literally nothing to look at. So it makes it hard. And then I pass by the gas stations on my way. You know, there's a gas station about halfway maybe on my drive that sells the kratom that I liked, the kratom shots that I liked. And I didn't stop in there at all, obviously, you know. I don't want to buy kratom anymore. But yeah, today has actually been a little bit difficult. I don't know if I've had cravings, really. It's more just like I'm really tired and bored, and I don't feel very good. I'm sluggish. So that part of it makes me want to kind of use kratom, but then again, it's not like a super strong craving or anything. But today hasn't been easy. I don't feel great. I just physically, man, I'm just tired still. And you know, I've kind of came out of it a little bit a couple hours ago. I ate some protein, some eggs, and I took some B vitamins, and I took some L-tyrosine and some augmentin sulfate, and I took some testosterone pills. Like they're supposed to be test booster. I don't know if they actually work, but they give me energy, and it did work. I drank a ton of water. For all I know, it could just be the water that helped, but I drank a ton of water, which is really important. And started to get a little more energy, but I still have just that underlying exhaustion, dude. Like, I'm really just exhausted, and that's been the main hallmark symptom since I quit day one. It's just tired, and I'm sleeping at night, you know, and that'll probably change. I'm gonna deal with sleep issues, you know. It comes in waves, it comes and goes. You'll have good days and good nights and bad nights. Those nights when you're just wide awake the whole night suck, especially the next day sucks. But you got to just deal with it, and then eventually it'll just be consistently good, consistently normal. But yeah, no, I'm just dealing with boredom, anhedonia. Don't feel like watching anything or listening to anything or reading anything, or, you know, work is a slog. Yeah, this is how it's going to be for a while, especially with all this driving. It's just going to be a slog, dude. And try to stay positive in those moments. You know, there's lots of people out there that quit kratom and their job sucks. You know, it sucks to go through this, and, you know, maybe your work feels mundane, or, you know, day to day it's pretty boring, and you got to deal with it on top of being clean off of kratom, which was helping you cope with that boredom. It's hard, dude. It really is. But don't relapse. It's not worth it. It's not. I'd rather be here than over there. I'd rather be here than on day 0. I would. So we'll just deal with it. Deal with it. Supplements can help. Supplements can help. Water, man. Water helps a lot. Creatine is good. B vitamins, good. Did you hear Myles Garrett got traded to the Rams? That's crazy. Anyways, very random. So, yeah, just dealing with the regular stuff. I don't think I'm going to make stitched together videos after today. It's just like I'm kind of through the worst of it, even though it really wasn't that bad. I probably just make one video a day at some point in the day, probably later in the day, maybe, whenever I have time. I just feel like I'm kind of saying the same things over and over. So, yeah, I'm exhausted, I'm tired, but mentally I feel a lot better. Definitely feel a lot better mentally. I'm not really down or anything like that. I don't feel very foggy. I feel pretty clear-headed, and that could change, but we'll see. Just got to approach this with an understanding that things are going to get thrown at you, and you just got to be ready to adapt and overcome, and just keep pushing through. Man, there's going to come a time when you're like a month and a half down the road when it feels like you're just grinding, bro. Like, you're just in the post-acutes. It's all you can do is just grind through the day. And do it. Just grind, bro. Grind. And then eventually you'll break through, and those post-acutes will go away. And, you know, you'll have days in here and there that suck, but for like the majority of your days will be good. It can be really hard, especially like when I'm only on day 5, bro. Like, I feel like I'm in post-acutes. I really do. That's what it feels like. And I don't think that's possible on day 5. I really don't. But that's what it feels like. It doesn't feel like I'm in acute withdrawal. It feels like I'm in post-acute withdrawal, where it's a lot of mental stuff and just tired, lethargic. It's so lethargic. And it's just hard to get moving, hard to get motivated to do anything. And, you know, if I am in post-acutes already, I guess that's good, you know. Maybe the... once the post-acutes are over, I'm just ahead of time. I don't know. Maybe I'm just ahead of schedule. I doubt it, though. It's just a weird thing. This quit has been so atypical. We'll take it as it comes, though. But yeah, day 5 is wrapping up. About 20-something hours clean. So tomorrow will be what, 150 hours clean, and then the next day after that, 175, 80 hours clean, and then next thing you know, you'll be 210 hours clean, and then you'll stop counting by hours and you'll count by days. The days do start to go faster after the first week. First week feels slow. I mean, even today feels slow, and I don't really feel that bad other than just tired. But yeah, that first week just goes so slow, but then it gets a lot better. And the days just start to really go by fast. And that's when you just start stacking days. You know, day 35 may come and you may be feeling like garbage, but, you know, next thing you know, day 45 will be there 10 days later, and you're feeling a lot better. So that's how it was for me. Like days 31 through 50, I was like, man, this sucks. Post-acutes. But then like day 51 through 60, flew by, and I was good to go. So it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Don't freak out if you're bored, anhedonic. It is what it is. Go exercise, drink a ton of water, just suck it up and get through it. We'll be fine. I'm praying for you guys. God bless you. I love you. Have a good one. All right, guys, I'm back on. So I got to tell you what just happened. You're not going to believe this. I just had a panic attack. So throughout withdrawal, I decided to use some kava. Kava helps with sleep stuff, and there's this brand of kava that I like. And I originally wasn't going to take kava, but I decided I wanted it, and it actually helped. And there's this brand of kava that I really like, and I'll show you what it is. It's called Crave. It's just like this, just straight kava, right? So last, I wouldn't say consecutively, but over the last 5 days, I've had a couple of days where I've taken 2 of these. And so anyways, I go to get some today for the evening, right? Because I'm starting to not feel good. And so she hands me the bottles, and I go out in my truck and I chug one. And I just kind of look down and I'm like, what the? Dude, she handed me this. She handed me this. They looked the same. I didn't check it. She accidentally handed me this, and I didn't look at the bottle, and I just drank something with kratom in it. So I just accidentally relapsed. Well, I guess it's not a relapse. I accidentally just took kratom. And I want to come on here and be honest about it. I promise you I did not do this on purpose. I don't really know what to do. I'm letting you guys know this happened. So I'm no longer clean. I went back into the store and was like, hey, have you been giving me stuff with kratom this whole time? Because I was like, I had a panic attack, bro. I felt sick. I was like, have I been taking kratom this whole time and not realizing it? Because I just assumed it was all this. But I was pretty sure I'd been taking this because I have a empty bottle still at home, and I remember it says kava on it. So I went back in the store and I was like, hey, have you been giving me these with the kratom, with the kava? Or kava with the kratom? And she went over and looked. She's like, those aren't supposed to be there. No, she's like, I have not been giving you those because I told her that I quit kratom and I don't want kratom. She's like, I'm so sorry. Someone must have stocked it wrong and we didn't look at it, and I gave you one. So yeah, I don't know how much kratom's in here. I don't feel really any different. Looks like there's not much. But she told me, no, I promise you, I've been giving you kava, not the kratom. Plus kava. But so here's the deal. I'm no longer 5 days clean. However, I'm just going to be honest on this channel. I'm going to count it, but not count it. And if you think if I'm cheating, I get it. But tomorrow I'm just going to make a day 6 video, day 7. I'm just going to keep going, but I'm going to mention that I had a slip up so that you guys are aware. I don't want you to think I'm being deceitful in any way. I'm sick to my stomach. I can't believe this, but I'm confident, and she's confident. No, she's been giving me kava. These past 5 days, I've not just been taking kratom, because I was like, is this why I haven't felt too bad? Because this whole time I've been taking kratom? But no, I don't think that's the case. I'm going to check that empty bottle at home and make sure it says kava. Pretty sure that's all I've been taking, but that scared the crap out of me, dude. Anyways, so you guys know, I accidentally just took some kratom without realizing it. Whether you believe me or not, that's what happened. But I'm going to continue the series. I'm just going to say this is day 5. I'm going to say tomorrow's day 6. And I'm going to put a caveat in there that, hey, I accidentally took a little bit of kratom without realizing it. So if you don't want to count me as 6 days clean tomorrow, I totally get it, guys. But this is what happened. And I'm sorry. I really did not mean to do that. Anyways, I might be back on this evening. If not, I love you guys. God bless. See you tomorrow. All right, just real quick. It's not that big a deal, but it is evening time ish. So I checked what I had at home, and it was a kava bottle. So I know that I haven't been taking kratom this whole time. I was scared to death, bro. I seriously feel so deflated, bro. Like, it feels like all these last 5 days are for naught. And I know that the withdrawals are going to get worse again. That's what happens, dude. If you're day 5 into kratom withdrawal and then you take a little bit of kratom, I didn't mean to, but like if you do, dude, your withdrawals kind of come back. And I just hope it's not too bad. But it's what I get for being careless. I guess that's what I get for not looking at what I'm ingesting. I really probably shouldn't even be taking kava anyways, mostly just because it's like I got to go to a kratom store to get it. And so like things like this can happen, especially if you're not paying attention. It's so deflating and disheartening, but I'm trying not to make it too big of a deal. I know you may be watching this and being like, it's not that big a deal, dude. It was probably a small amount of kratom because I felt a little bit like it was kratom, but it wasn't like I was freaking stoned. You know what I mean? So I know it couldn't have been that much, but still, like, I don't know, man. In my mind, in my heart, it feels like I'm back to square one. It does. And I know that really I'm not. Like, it's just a slip up. But I don't know, guys. That kind of stuff really pisses me off, dude. But I guess the good news, if you want to call it that, is I know for a fact I haven't been taking kratom this whole time on accident. I know that. The bottles I have are all kava. So, but it's what I get for being careless. But it really sucks. But like I said, I'm just going to make a day 6 video tomorrow. And if you guys call me a cheater, bruh, yeah, I get it. Like, seriously, I get it. I think in the long run, it's not that big a deal as long as I don't, like, take it tomorrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, don't relapse. But, and I'm disgusted, you know? But anyways, in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world. It's really, like, more about, okay, should I call it day 1 again tomorrow? Or whatever, dude. I don't really care. I'm going to call it day 6 tomorrow. And if you watched all the way through this video, you're a hero. But I'm sorry. It's so disappointing. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So shit happens, I guess. Whatever. Tomorrow's another day. But I'm going to cheat and call it day 6. Sorry ahead of time. I just don't really feel like, unless like if like God forbid I use again tomorrow, I won't. But like if I did, okay, we'll start over. Like, okay, we started a new cycle. But gosh, I can't believe that, dude. Anyways, we'll see you tomorrow. Love you. Bye.